samangoma, bapanza panza samangoma, bigala panza samangoma, yemponze samangoma, bigala panza samangoma, yemponza panza samangoma, bigala panza samangoma.
Zani, this is Gogo Manzini. So today I decided to take one of the topics which have been a very frequent question from my DMs and make that my topic for today. So I'm going to talk about dreams, not interpretations. So I want to talk about what a lot of people have asked me. Uguti, they forget their dreams and they don't know why, or they stop dreaming and they don't know why. So one of the biggest issues in this whole spiritual journey is our capability or our ability to separate ourselves as physical beings from our responsibilities and duties as spiritual conduits, and forging that relationship and forcing the two to be seamlessly intertwined is almost one of the biggest issues, because as much as your physical person and your personality and who you are as a physical being should not take away from who you are as a spiritual conduit, and vice versa, we should know where to draw the lines and not get carried away as physical people who are also spiritual conduits, not get carried away in the things of the world and what we desire or what our hearts desire as physical people, to a point where it distracts us as spiritual conduits. And that's the biggest problem, and that is what mostly results in us either forgetting our dreams or just not dreaming anymore, because we get so caught up in the things of the world and, the social, the Instagram, the this and the that, and we almost neglect our duties in the spirit world. And look, like I said, it's important to know where to draw the line. Just because you are a spiritual conduit, no one is saying you should not live your life or you should not continue being yourself or doing the things that make you happy. All I'm saying is, in doing that, let that not cloud your time with your spirit guides. Let that not cloud your responsibilities and your duties and your time to be with your spirit guides and your time to communicate with your spirit guides. And let that not be the only thing that matters. Because the moment your physical world and your physical surroundings take over, isikhathi sakho nabantu abadala nabo bazothula, and then you are surprised about why you don't dream anymore, or why you dream but don't remember your dreams. So that's the first thing. Now, let's unpack that. So there are a number of reasons. Alcohol is number one. I know there is the general stereotype and this stigma around izangoma and drinking too much, or hey, izangoma ziyabuthela and idlozi lizokuphuzisa and all of that. And that, granted, but let that not, I'm trying to put it in a way that people understand. Yebo ungaba nedlozi lesidakwa, but what we need to understand is that there is as much as we have self-destructive people, we also have self-destructive dlozis. Now let me explain that. Kuyenzeka ukuthi ube nedlozi lesidakwa. Now, as I'm saying this, just imagine it in the physical world. Ube nedlozi lesidakwa elizokuphendula wena as a physical person. Isidakwa. Now, tell me what inebriated person is going to go to bed passed out and still be in their senses, just logically. Now, in the spirit, equally, as a spiritual conduit, you can't be so drunk to a pulp and not remember things in the physical world and expect to be so drunk to the pulp and remember things in the spirit world. I'm not saying people don't remember, but I'm saying this is one of the reasons. When you don't know where to draw the line with your alcohol intake as a spiritual guide, that could be a distraction, because there are spirit guides there are ancestors rather that are your spirit guides, but they are also self-destructive. So you need to, as much as you are complying with your ancestors' desires, but you need to know as a physical person where to draw the line, because at the same time, that same dlozi elizokuphendula isidakwa is going to expect you ukuthi malifika noma udakwe unjani. He's going to expect you to remember any message that he comes to you and tells you in your drunken stupor. And if you don't remember, he's not going to blame himself, or she is not going to hold himself or herself accountable for you not remembering the messages that were passed on to you. And that's where it becomes your responsibility to draw the line and say, as much as nginedlozi elithanda utshwala, as a spirit guide, as a person, I need to know where to draw the line so that I'm still attentive enough for them. The very people that have turned me into this alcoholic, I need to be attentive for them. I'm still, conscious of their presence and what they are saying. So alcohol, I feel, is one of the biggest distractions, and that's why a lot of initiation schools just prohibit the intake of alcohol. As much as like I said, it can be a self-destructive dlozi, and we are not saying don't entertain it. I don't have anything against alcohol, and I don't have anything against spiritual conduits that drink, because that is what their dlozi wants. I'm just saying we need to, as physical people who are also spiritual guides, need to know where to draw the line. We need to know our limit, so that it is not destructive. It does not create this cloud and this blur in our journey and our duty and our responsibilities as spiritual guides. It need not be to a point where we are unconscious of what our spirit guides and our ancestors are telling us. 2, 6, anithandi ukulala. Again, one of the things that I've heard a lot of people baviga ngedlozi, and it's okay if you have a very sexually active spirit guide, granted, but you need to know that it is important, very important, to have days and moments or weeks or whatever time you allocate to yourself of just celibacy. You need to have moments and periods in your life of celibacy. Again, you need to have moments of just being sober, just being in your sober mind, so that you are attentive. Isex ayibaleki, ukulala akubaleki. Those are, again, things of the world that you can put aside every now and then. You can put those aside. Talk to your partner. You are so lucky if you have an understanding partner. If you don't, try to get them to understand, but also don't impose, because that's not your person. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to force someone to understand something that's going to benefit you and your spiritual journey. And I think that's where the biggest problem is, because then people end up not complying with the spiritual regulations so as to please their physical partner, and then you end up neglecting your duties as a spiritual conduit and neglecting that important period in your life of celibacy and purity, because your partner's going to leave you because you're not sleeping with him or her. So it's important to have moments in your life where you are just celibate and pure. So sex is another reason, guys. If you're just sexing and you're not giving yourself time for celibacy and purity, so that you are in, remember, you need to be in your purest, most neutral form, and energies from other people. It's just you in your purest form. That's the best moment to communicate with abantu abadala, and that's the most clean, the cleanest. Idlozi lithanda into clean, idlozi lithanda indawo clean. So, treat yourself like a sacred space. Respect yourself. And I'm not saying sleeping with your partner is not respecting yourself, but knowing when to put a time period in your sex life aside for just celibacy, so that it's just you and your spirit guide. That is very important. And the inability to do that could be one of the reasons why you either stop dreaming or you forget your dreams. The other thing that causes people to either stop dreaming or not remember their dreams is the energies that we accommodate and the environments that we put ourselves in. There are environments ezimdaga. There are environments that are polluted with darkness and evil and just energies that are impure, and therefore disable that connection between you and abantu abadala. So when they come to you, those kind of things, you're forever angry, those things make it almost impossible for abantu abadala to come and communicate with you. So always try to, just fix what's happening here and here. Always try your best to fix your mindset. Purify your mindset and remove yourself from any toxicity that pollutes your spiritual environment. It is important to remain pure and calm and tranquil and peaceful and all things positive, so that you are in an environment, and so that even you as a vessel are a conducive environment for abantu abadala to come and communicate with you. Ulaga is one of the things that it's very difficult. Again, abantu abadala abanolaga, but train yourself to calm down, be a lot more, peaceful and a lot more understanding. Pray a lot, just be peaceful, man, and create a peaceful environment for abantu abadala to come and communicate with you in. So those, I think, are the most basic. I mean, there are a number of reasons why we stop dreaming or we don't remember our dreams. And with all that said, one of the reasons could be just idlozi just being tired of you not listening to them or not paying attention, and they feel like it's time you figure it out yourself, because if we're coming to you and we're telling you, we're basically babysitting and spoon feeding, and you're still not listening, so go and figure it out. So some of my remedies which have worked, very basic and very, it's simple things. So celibacy, give yourself those times, the use of candles, it's your yellows and whites, and ask for all that guidance and ask them to bring your dreams back. Neutralize your environment, neutralize your heart and your mind, be in the most peaceful state. Other remedies could be uphuza impepho, literally impepho tea helps. Sleeping with a yellow piece of cloth under your pillow, that helps your yellow beads, that helps for little Kanya. It brightens up your surroundings and your energy and creates an environment that's conducive for abantu abadala to be able to communicate with you, and just basically calming down and paying attention. Most importantly, paying attention. If you are there to listen, they will come to talk. Thokozani.